Hello, welcome back to Aber Armoury. Today I want to do a video on my passions within shooting and where they came from and that sort of thing. So I absolutely adore everything within the shooting sport. I do everything from shotguns, clay pigeons, hunting. I shoot rifles. I shoot target rifles. I love historical guns and the black powder and the history of firearms as well. It's kind of one of the reasons why I invested a lot of my own money into starting up this little shop out in West Wales. One of my big heroes, I suppose, in the industry is John Moses Browning. I'm a massive fan of Browning shotguns and Browning rifles. And John Moses Browning is kind of a bit of a hero of mine. I'm a bit of an engineer outside of this job. And you know, he's one of these phenomenal inventors. So John Moses Browning was born in 1855. When he finally met his demise, as it were, he had 128 patents to do with firearms in the firearms industry. He designed some of the guns that we know and love today, and we still use a lot of what comes from his designs in our modern guns. So he worked alongside Winchester for quite a long time, and he helped design or did design loads of the Winchester action rifles and shotguns that we know today. Things like the 1886, 1887, 1890, 1897 pump action shotguns, and various others as well. He was also one of the early designers of a repeating shotguns, repeating rifles. One of his big, well-known shotguns, semi-auto shotguns, which is still being produced today on a very similar sort of design, is the Auto 5 or the A5, as a lot of us know that. And within the military and pistol shooting, which we don't obviously get much of it in the UK, but the military have quite a bit of it, was the Browning high-power pistol, which is still loved by lots of the military and police forces around the world. He then went on to devise the superposed over and under shotgun. And that's kind of where I want to go with this video, is to show you some of the shotguns that we have nowadays that wouldn't have been around if it wasn't for John Moses Browning and his design within this and the passion for the gun world. So during his time with Winchester, he worked along Winchester for quite some time and designed lots and lots of guns for them. And then at some point, he designed the Auto A5. Now, a lot of the time with... Right, we're back. Had a nice customer come and join us for a bit, so that's always great. So as I was saying with John Moses Browning, so John Moses Browning develops the Auto 5 or the A5. And unlike before, where he used to get paid for his patents, he wanted royalties, which, you know, is fair enough. Winchester didn't want to get involved at the time with the royalties. This is so far my research has said. He also went to Remington. While he was speaking to Remington, unfortunately, the man from Remington obviously had a heart attack or was very ill, so he couldn't see him, or I think he might have died, I'm not sure. And so he ended up going to Fabrique Nationale in Belgium, and which is where he ended up as Browning, which brings us on from to the Superposed. And the Superposed was mostly made in Belgium under Fabrique Nationale. So here's to show you one of these. This is a B25, a B2G, B25 2G. So this is a Browning made in Belgium. Sorry, I'll get my words out today. All lovely engraved. These are all hand done, hand engraved, hand finished shotguns made based on the superposed action. I believe this one is around 1970-ish, late 70s. Absolutely stunning. So this wouldn't be existing if it wasn't for Mr. John Moses Browning. And, you know, it's still a classic gun. Absolutely beautiful. So that was one of them. Belgian Brownings are phenomenal. They're all handmade. And you can still get them at a really good price. You know, the B25s you can pick up, you know, for a slightly older, not in amazing condition one, you know, 600-700 quid. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's super tight. It's been really well looked after. You're talking 4.5K, something like that, for something like this. But it is a proper high-end piece. And to replace it nowadays, brand new, you know, you're probably looking at 15-20 grand. So really good value for money, as it were, for having some amazing piece of history from one of my heroes, I suppose. Let's move on a little bit to a modern day Browning. So this is, it's actually a 20 gauge, this particular one. This is a B525, Browning B525, 30-inch barrels. This is a 3-inch chamber 20 gauge sporter. Absolutely fantastic, super reliable guns, really nice quality made. But this is actually made in Japan by Maruku. So at some point in the Browning history, Maruku kind of borrowed the design of the Satori and started making their own version. Browning supposedly went out and had a look at it and saw it was very, very good. And so Maruku started making Brownings under license. So this would be made in the Maruku factory in Japan under license for Browning. Still a Browning design. Although not a John Moses Browning design, because it's been upgraded now, so it's a more modern thing, but comes from his superposed original idea. Fantastic, gorgeous guns. I love a B25. Like I say, super reliable, super handleable, really forgiving as a shotgun, and you know, really good value for money. You always get a good sale or return on these as well, because they're just so reliable. People know that they're a very good thing. And next we have a variation. So here we have, like I mentioned earlier, this is actually a Maruku. It's not a Browning at all. This is a Maruku MK38 Sport, made on the chassis of what potentially is a Browning. So again, Maruku are now making the Brownings, and this is their own version of that, which is the MK38. Another fantastic, reliable gun. Brilliantly well handling, nicely designed gun at not huge amounts of money, so it's not going to break the bank. But yeah, absolutely fantastic option if you're looking out there. And again, back to that superposed action style of gun from John Moses Browning's design. So there you go. So it's just a few of the guns that, again, hark back to the John Moses Browning era. Like I say, he was also very involved with the Winchester. So you had the Winchester XTR 101 lightweight, things like that, which are all very similar to superposed action. I've got a couple of 1970s Winchesters on here as well, which are based on the superposed actions. And you know, they hold up to the test of time. They're still fantastically strong guns, and really nice to shoot. So yeah, so it was you know, just wanted to let you know on this passion of mine about John Moses Browning. Sorry if it's gone off on a bit of a tangent. I got halfway through my video and had an amazing customer turned up, so bit of a split between the videos, and I might have repeated myself, but there you go. So yeah, just another video. Like and subscribe the channel, and if you're in the area of West Wales, do look us up. Come and see our shop and see the vast range of stuff we have in stock, and we'll see if we can help you. So yeah, thank you very much, and look out for the next video.